February the 15th, 2026. Guys, I hope everybody's okay from that storm last night. As predicted, about 1 o'clock in the morning, man, we had some high winds and heavy rains. It went on for about an hour or so, and then sprinkles after that as that low pressure moved. But again, let me know how you guys are doing out there. Again, it's sweeping across the southeast as we speak. Now, it's out of here, but here's what's happened. Now, we saw BONDI get grilled the other day in D.C. at the swamp, and nobody was really impressed. A lot of people said they were, including our president, but you kind of back up your administration, you know. But she deflected in every way you could. We have to be honest with ourselves. I'm a MAGA. I'm conservative. I will stay that way. But again, it was kind of disappointing, her reaction. What she did, I think it just got under her crawl so bad because of the hell she was catching, that she has released all related materials of the Epstein files. Pelosi's in it, Obama's in it, Newsom, Biden, and other Democrats named in the files. Here's the complete list of 300 plus individuals. It's amazing, guys, the people that are in there. We're talking about AOC. We're talking about J. Paul. Those people. Michelle Obama is also included, not just Barack. Now, the 300 plus names, it does not say in this particular article what they did. I haven't read all of the files, but the names are here. And so some names will just be because of a meeting or something like that. So everyone listed here may not be implicated in some type of child sexual trafficking or abuse or anything related to that. I'm not sure. It says AG Pam Bondi has officially transmitted to Congress the Department of Justice's Section 3 report under the Epstein files of the Transparency Act, confirming that the DOJ... It says AG Pam Bondi has officially transmitted to Congress the Department of Justice Section 3 report under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, confirming that the DOJ has now released all Epstein-related materials in its possession. The February 14, 2026 report, yesterday, addressed to Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley, Ranking Member Dick Durbin, House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, and Ranking Member Jamie Raskin. It confirms the department has released all the files. We'll never know about all the files, guys. Don't fool yourself. It says, in accordance with the requirements of the Act, and as described in various department submissions to the courts of the Southern District of New York, assigned to the Epstein and Maxwell prosecutions, guys, and that's a big problem. They need to get everything out of the Southern District of New York. It's very corrupt there. The judges, the lawyers, everything. It says, again, related to the orders that the department released all records and documents. In other words, she says she has done that. And yesterday, the ranking members of the House and Senate, Durbin, Grassley, Jordan, and Jamie Raskin, confirms the department has released all the files. In accordance with the requirements of the Act, and as described in various department submissions to the courts of the Southern District of New York assigned to the Epstein and Maxwell prosecutions and related orders, the department released all records and documents, communications, and investigative materials in the possession of the department that relate to any of 9 different categories, the letter reads. Now, how many actual categories are there? We don't know. I haven't read the files. I haven't had time. But those 9 categories are: number 1, Jeffrey Epstein, all investigations, prosecutions, and custodial matters. Ghislaine Maxwell, flight logs and travel records. That's number 3. Aircraft manifest, itineraries, customs records, vessels, vehicles used by Epstein or related entities. Number 4, individuals named in connection with Epstein's criminal activity, civil settlements, immunity deals, plea agreements, or investigations. Guys, and that number 4 is very powerful if they use it right. Number 5, entities, corporate, nonprofit, academic, and governmental tied to Epstein's trafficking or financial networks. That's a worldwide trafficking situation. Number 6, immunity deals, non-prosecution agreements, plea bargains, sealed agreements involving Epstein or associates. Another important factor. Number 7, internal DOJ communications regarding decisions to charge or decline prosecution. Number 8, communications regarding destruction, deletion, or concealment of evidence. And number 9 is the documentation of Epstein's detention and death, including incident reports, witness interviews, and autopsy files. So you got those 9 categories. The Department of Justice has stated, no records were withheld or redacted on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity, including to any government official, public figure, or foreign dignitary. And guys, you're going to be amazed at some of the names on both sides of the aisle, and maybe why some people are quitting certain positions and moving back to their old ones. The only materials withheld were those protected by traditional legal privileges, such as attorney-client or deliberative process privilege. Bundy's letter also details the redaction process. According to the report, redactions were limited to, again, redactions are victim personal and medical information, child sexual abuse materials, information that could jeopardize active investigations, important, graphic images of death or abuse. So we got death involved. I'm sure that would be categorized in the Epstein autopsy files, but what about before that? Guys, have you heard about the code word beef jerky yet in all the files? It's very dangerous and it's very dark. No classification-based redactions were used. Unredacted versions are available for congressional inspection at the DOJ, So we will see what they see in the unredacted, and some of the politicians come forward in their little morning speeches and let us know what they see. The letter includes a list of more than 300 high-profile names. The list is a who's who of the liberal elite and establishment figures, including Barack and Michelle, Obama, Joe and Hunter Biden, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, and Bill Gates. That's just the tip, guys, but this goes across the aisle. And a couple of names are going to be shocking, other than the fact that we don't know what they're accused of. Let's look at some of those. It says, and yes, Nancy Pelosi and Gavin Newsom make the list. The DOJ states that the following individuals were included because their name, now listen, their name appears in the files released under the Act at least once in any context. Regardless of what they were doing, if their names were mentioned, it's here. Department cautioned that names appear across a wide variety of contexts, including emails, press mentions, third-party reporting, peripheral document references, and that some individuals are mentioned only in a portion of a document unrelated to the Epstein and Maxwell matters. Now here's a full name index is listed in the DOJ report. It looks like it's alphabetical order. Alexandra Acosta, I'm not going to read 300 names, guys. Woody Allen, Gloria Allred, Julian Assange. Let's just go down this list a minute. Alec Baldwin. I'm not going to name just Democrats. Steve Bannon, Ehud Barak from Israel. You've got William Barr, Xavier Becerra, California. Some of the names I'm not familiar with. You can read them. You may be. Jeff Bezos, Beyonce, Ashley, Hunter, Jill, and Joe Biden. Laura Berger. Let's see. Leon Black, Tony Blair from England. Todd Blanche, and he has something to do with our Attorney General. Anthony Blinken, John Bolton, and look right here, Dan Bongino. Again, we don't know why his name is there. But the entire world remembers the look on his face when him and Kash Patel came in to try to justify when, in the beginning of this investigation, why only a handful of redacted documents were there. Bongino's name is there. Bono from YouTube. Cory Booker. Let's see who else is in here. John Brennan, Richard Branson. Wow. John Brockman. Gerald Bull, George W. Bush, Jeb Bush, George Bush Jr., Patrick Byrne, we all have heard that name, seen him, Tucker Carlson, Fidel Castro, Dick Cheney, Cher, Bill Clinton, Chelsea and Hillary Clinton, George Clooney, Kurt Cobain, Isn't that from Nirvana? And they say that he did not commit suicide now. I wonder what happened to him. Michael Cohen. Let's see, James Comey, his daughter Maureen. George Conway, that was the husband of Trump's first press officer. Bill Cosby. Robert De Niro. Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida. Alan Dershowitz. Diana, Prince of Wales. Phil Donahue. Just looking at some of the names I know, you may know more than that. Elizabeth II. Keith Ellison, guys. The crooked attorney general robbing us from Minnesota. Rahm Emanuel, Jeffrey Epstein, of course. Sarah Ferguson. Let's see, Michael Flynn. Mark Foley. Merrick Garland, Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, Rudy Giuliani, Dan Goldman, Lindsey Graham, Nikki Haley. Man, Kamala Harris, Joshua Harris. Let's look through here. Eric Holder, Reed Hoffman, Michael Horowitz, Mike Huckabee, Sarah Huckabee. Again, it could be just their names were mentioned. I don't know. I'm not defending anybody. Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, Jay-Z, Jayapal, or Pramila Jayapal. Hakeem Jeffries, Hank Johnson, Alex Jones. Look at this, Janis Joplin. Makes me wonder now, since Cobain didn't kill herself, did she? Or did she OD on drugs like they said? Like they said Cobain did. Anyway, John Kasich, John Kendall Rollins, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., John Kerry, Ro Khanna, another congressman, I think California, Jared Kushner, Larry Kudlow. Let's see what we got here. Just scanning through, guys. Monica Lewinsky, Ted Lieu. Ooh, Ted, he's a crook. We know that. Loretta Lynch, Nancy Mace. Both sides of the aisle. Ed Markey, Meghan Markle, Thomas Massey, Ghislaine Maxwell, Robert Maxwell, John McCain, Mark Meadows. Look at the names mentioned. Why? Even though they may have done anything, what kind of association did they have to be in the files? Think about that. Marilyn Monroe. Think about how long this has been going on, man. Wow. Jared Moskowitz, Robert Mueller. Rupert Murdoch, Elon Musk, Jerry Nadler, Janet Napolitano, Larry Nassar, Benjamin Netanyahu. Here's Big Gav Newsom. Here is the hideous creature Alexander Ocasio-Cortez, Barack, Michelle Obama, Rosie O'Donnell, Oz Mehmet Oz. Is that Dr. Oz? I think so. Kash Patel. Him and Dan Bongino had that weird look. I think it even made Kash Patel's eyes cross. Anyway, Ron Paul, Nancy Pelosi, Mike Pence, the traitor. Let's see here, we got Tony Podesta, Mike Pompeo. See here, just scanning through here. Elvis Presley, Lisa Marie Presley. Man, how old was Jeffrey? Is he like an ancient alien? Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. Wow. Prince Philip, J.B. Pritzker. We know he's a crook. Dan Quayle, Jamie Raskin. Hey, Jamie, where you at, bro? John Ratcliffe, Ronald Reagan, Janet Reno, Susan Rice, Bill Richardson, Mitt Romney. Let's see, Rod Rosenstein. Just looking through the names, guys. Bear with me. Marco Rubio, Howard Rubenstein, Paul Ryan, wouldn't doubt it. Adam Schiff, there you Adam, poking that head up, huh? Where you been? You been in a hotel in California? What's going on? Tim Scott. And so what I'm seeing, and just my opinion, I may be totally 100% wrong. It looks like there was you had the deadly deeds going on, the dangerous deeds going on, and then it was like Epstein and whoever was really running the show were trying to get as many names involved as possible. And that would create a lot of confusion, and just simply by the fact that their names may be mentioned, may have nothing to do with some of the, again, dirty deeds, but it would make them not want to release the files just because of simple implication. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't get any better. Jeff Sessions. Look at that. Ben Shapiro. Edward Snowden. Alex Soros. George Soros. Kevin Spacey. Did I mention Alex Jones was up in the Jays? Elliot Spitzer. Kevin Spacey. Bruce Springsteen. That's why he's crying left and right. Can a star? Let's see. Here's Starmer. Is he what, UK? Barbara Streisand. Larry Summers. Sultan Ahmed bin Suleiman. Eric Swalwell. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Margaret Thatcher. The Iron Maiden. Peter Thiel. Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, Melanie Trump, Chris Tucker, J.D. Vance. Now, it mentions in this particular article that Trump has been cleared of any nefarious activities. We'll just have to see. Kevin Walsh, let's see. Ron Wyden, Jeff Zucker, Mark Zuckerberg. It says it appears the Epstein files have backfired on the left. Multiple powerful Democrats have been exposed, and Trump has been vindicated as the whistleblower. He's the one that started the downhill with a phone call from Mar-a-Lago to come and get Jeffrey Epstein out of there and keep him out, okay? So I hope that's the case, and I just don't see him being very heavily involved in that. I mean, I just don't see it. I may be wrong. But guys, I'm going to give you a link here, and there's also the letter here that she sent with it in this article I'm going to link to, and it's got a list of the other names over here, and it may have some of the files. I haven't had time to look at that again. It's going to take a minute. You guys check it out. Let me know what you find. But this is important. She finally broke down under pressure and did it. Now, was it all of it? I doubt it very seriously, because one thing she said, it's been released except for current investigations, right? But this right here, I think, has backfired on a bunch of people. And it's going to slow down the process, and it's going to bring up more questions than answers. Anyway, guys, the link's below. It's a heads up. Be safe.